Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to do a 1 hour brand design challenge. So I'm going to take a brief and I'm going to try and design a brand in the space of 1 hour. So it's about 6:45 now where I am. Let's see if I can do it by 7:45 p.m. This is a challenge. I'm just going to take it as it is and see where it goes. So what I've got here is a blank canvas here, but I'm just going to pull into the brief that I generated from ChatGPT over here. So I've got that, and then just drop these in. Now the company is called Field and Form. Now let's read that out. So Field and Form is a modern landscaping and outdoor living design studio that blends architecture, sustainability, and craftsmanship to create functional outdoor spaces. Over the past few years, we've developed a strong reputation for delivering bespoke gardens, terraces, and green rooftops to a loyal base of residential and commercial clients. As we move into our next chapter, we're rebranding to position ourselves as a premium design partner for high-value clients and developers while attracting investment to scale our impact through productized services and strategic partnerships. That was a mouthful. Okay, let's get the core target of audience. We have high-income homeowners between the ages of 35 to 60. Okay. Seeking bespoke outdoor spaces, architects and property developers, boutique hospitality businesses, hotels, restaurants, wellness retreats, and environmentally conscious property investments. So it's like, it's quite upmarket, I can say that. So the core values are to design with purpose, craftsmanship, sustainability, partnership, and innovation. Every space is tailored to how people feel, live, and connect outdoors. Quality over quantity, spaces as a form of art, so there might be something in there. Work in harmony with nature. I like the whole harmony. Gonna make a note of that. Harmony, nature. Just some keywords that I quite like there. Then we've got collaboration. Maybe that could be something. Let's make a note of it. Very roughly. Collaboration. Let's see. I'm going to put art there just for the fun of it. Blending traditional techniques with modern design to push the boundaries of what outdoor space can be. Vision statements to redefine redefine outdoor living by creating enduring, meaningful spaces where design and nature coexist. Beautifully. Okay, so design and nature coexisting. I like that. And nature coexisting. I like that. Okay, so we've got some nouns and adjectives. So when you're designing a logo, one of the hacks you can actually do is to have a list of words. I don't think this always works, right? But sometimes it's good to have a list of words to describe the business. And this could be describing words and this could be objects. So in the, what I put here is that associated like objects and things, nouns, is space, nature, structure, habitat, texture, balance, growth. So you don't have to use all of the stuff there, but you can use some of the things out there. So the things that stood out there for me are balance, habitat, nature, and then you got the associated adjectives. Now these are descriptive words. So you've got intentional, timeless, grounded, sophisticated, organic, refined, harmonious. So that harmonious thing keeps coming up. So harmony is another word for balance. So I don't really need balance because harmony is already there. Then you've got things such as grounded, sophisticated. It gives me organic as well, so it gives me like a kind of creative direction to go in. So what I would normally do with this is that I would actually go and do some research. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically go on to the internet because I don't have time. This is a 1 hour thing, so I don't have the time to actually look and be like, I'm going to go outside and do some research. I'm just going to go on the internet and see what I find. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to fast forward to see what I found. Okay, so I decided to actually show you my process when it comes to research and stuff. So I'm going to go into my Google Chrome actually, and then we can have a look at the way I do things. So I've got an Adobe Firefly spreadsheet here, not spreadsheet, like from Firefly boards. I've been using that a lot lately and I quite like it because of the way you can tidy things up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to first I'm going to go to Unsplash, let's go to Unsplash first. So I'm going to look for the word harmony. So the word harmony keeps coming up, so we're seeing things like the sunlight. So I'm going to take that and chuck it in. Then I'm going to take, I don't really want to use that because that's more to do with the wellness thing. Okay, the river. Okay, not too bad. So I'm just going to chuck that in as well. But we're dealing with landscaping here, so I don't really want to lean too much into water. So it could be stuff to do with the earth. A tree could be good. So I'm going to take that. Again, I don't have much time. Ooh, I like the way these look. Okay, all right, cool. Maybe a lotus. Okay, let's look at the symbolism of lotus. Symbolism of a lotus. So when you look into things, you look at the symbols of these objects. So I thought a lotus flower, what does that mean? Purity, rebirth, enlightenment, and spiritual awakening. Not so much harmony. So maybe what plant represents harmony? Harmony. Flower that represents harmony is the cosmos flower. Ooh, okay. Often associated with harmony, balance, and tranquility, specifically the cosmos flower with its spring petals and hues of pink. So let's look at the cosmos flower. Let's look at what that looks like, because I have no idea what that looks like. Cosmos flower. Okay. Okay, we could probably do something with this. Again, I don't really want it to look, what's the word? I don't want it to look feminine. So this might be something I have to be very, very careful with, because it might end up looking like a flower business rather than a kind of architecture kind of business. So but let's see, if we look at architectural drawings, then architectural drawings, so we have things like this. So I'm going to take that. So I'm thinking about the color scheme. The color scheme I think is going to be quite minimal if I have time to do the color scheme. Ooh, okay. So we've got architectural plans here. Field and form. Let's keep going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep researching over here, and then we're going to skip ahead and I'll show you what I've come up with based on my research. Okie dokie. So what I've got here, I've gone in a certain direction here. I started off with the, nature and harmony. So you got like the harmony with the sky, the sun, the river, the sea, whatever. But I felt like that was too kind of in the kind of well-being side of things. So I was like, okay, you can see that I chose like a flower that represents harmony. But then I was like, I could go a little bit deeper. What about a tree? Because I felt like it's just a bit feminine to use a flower. So what kind of tree represents harmony? And I stumbled on a bonsai tree. So a bonsai tree being, of course, is a Japanese thing, Japanese tree, but bonsai trees, you need to take care of them. It's got the symbol, that thing of being, of being well-grounded, because they do last a long time if you take care of them. You have to be very intentional about them as well. They symbolize harmony and balance. They symbolize nature, and they're also like an artistic thing as well. So it symbolizes the care, and they say that they're artisans as well in architecture. So using a bonsai tree is quite a good way to go. So I'm going to go in that direction, and I'm going to see what I can do to try and introduce some elements of this of the architectural drawings. It might be pretty hard, to be honest. I probably set myself up for something, but maybe this. I'm thinking this part. You see how these in the drawings it's got like the doors, and sometimes it's like an open gap here. So maybe I can do something to make the bonsai tree come out of that kind of structure, but we'll see. So let's try something. Let's just try and do things. Normally what would happen at this stage is that I would go and I'd draw like 100 odd ideas, but seeing as I only have 45 minutes to finish this, I am just going to go straight onto the computer and do it. If I had an iPad, I don't have an iPad. Apple, sponsor me, please. Okay, thank you. If I had an iPad, I'd go through my sketches on there and you could be able to see everything, but I don't have that right now, so I'm just gonna have to go straight onto Adobe Illustrator. So let's see, I'll show you my thought process with this. Now my strength when it comes to logos is not really doing like organic stuff. So I'm a bit concerned about this. But let's see how it goes. So let's try and see if I can create first that kind of like structure there. So let's take that. I do quite like it when it's like things are actually in that. So maybe the square can represent the structure. But if I was to make another square outside, make this one like thinner, maybe. I'm not crazy about that, but we'll see anyway. It doesn't have to be like that, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Something like that, or maybe just put it into one square. Maybe that could do it. But we need this tree. We need this tree. But I also like symmetrical logos. So what I might do is fill the form. I might have to just skip ahead with this one. But we'll see if I am, because I get lost while I'm designing and it's hard to talk while I'm designing as well. So maybe if it's like, oh, I wish I had an iPad. This would make life so much easier. But what I want to do is create something that's symmetrical. So let's change the color of this so I can see what the hell I'm doing. So boom. All right, so we got this. So what I'm gonna do, let's do a repeat. What I want is that, and then I kind of want that. It doesn't look exactly like a bonsai tree right now, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So we've got bonsai tree, blah, blah, blah. I might need some more examples of a bonsai tree to see if I can be inspired a bit more, because I'm not crazy about this shape over here. So I'm gonna fast forward and then we're gonna skip ahead. This is what always happens. I'm like, oh my god, I'm a terrible designer. Oh my god, I can't think of any ideas. But then I start messing around and I create something that I actually like in the end. So let's just see. We're gonna skip ahead and see where it goes. Okay, so this is what happens when you keep experimenting, right? So I've had a little bit of a interesting development here, which is I was trying to create a bonsai tree and it wasn't really working, to be honest. But I've now created this whole thing where things called field and form, right? Now there's two Fs here. So there's an F here on the left and the F here on the right. So if I can somehow make a tree out of those two Fs, I think I've got something here. So maybe if I don't want it to look like FIF, that's my problem. So maybe if I get rid of that and then build the tree out of these two Fs, then it would be something that could work. So yeah, I'm gonna just keep trying to do that and see what happens. I have half an hour left to redesign this logo and colors. Okay, we'll see what happens. I've got something that I like here. I like the two Fs. I like the fact that it kind of looks balanced over here. So let's increase the size like that. If I had more time, I'd love to develop this even further, but I just don't have that time. But I think it looks quite good. It looks like it's kind of like, it looks quite, what's the word? Like a relic of some sort. So I really like that. So now let's look at some colors. No, first let's lay out the type. So I have the font that I used called Superior Title. And we're just gonna go for a normal kind of like font thing here and form. And then what we're gonna do, we're going to adjust the kerning a bit. So we've got that, let's take that. Okay, let's make it 100 points. And then we are going to, let's see what it looks like with all caps. I don't always like to use all caps for things, but Let's see what that looks like. Is this for sophisticated or not? I think it loses its sophistication if I use that. So maybe let's make it light. Yeah. Should we make it light? No, let's keep it regular. Let's keep it as a regular font. Or maybe let's make it medium. All right. And then what we're going to do, let's make a copy of that. We're going to see if we can do something about the spacing between those things. So, so let's make it minus 20%. That's okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay, I'll settle on that. I ain't got time. I've got like 20 minutes. So let's do that. Okay, now we've got an issue here where it kind of looks a little off balance a little, but we'll see. Let's try and balance this thing out. Move that out there. What is going on there? And then let's see. So I might have to eyeball this. So we have this filled in form, and then maybe I can put like a strap line underneath it. So filled in form. Let's see. Modern landscaping and outdoor living. Maybe landscaping and outdoor living, architectural form, architectural. Let's see. I need like a strap line underneath it. I'm gonna say architectural artisans, maybe. Modern landscape and outdoor living design studio. Okay. Design studio. Design studio. Why are you all caps? I didn't want to do that. Okay. Just gonna keep it as design studio. Let's keep it light. Field and form. Design studio. Architects. I'll say field and form architects. I think that works. But rather than doing that, do I want to do that? Do I really want to do this? Okay. What I might do, I might just find a oh, I think that kind of works. All right, let's just stick with that. Is it light enough? I think it's light enough. Field and form architects. Boom, bam. Thank you, ma'am. How can I balance this out? Let's see. I'm gonna take this. Maybe this needs to be half the size of that. Let's make outlines with these. Cool. So I'm gonna take this and maybe reduce the size a little bit. Field and form architects. Cool. I like that. And then you are going to be a little bit smaller over there, like that. I'm just eyeballing this. I don't have time to balance it out properly. And then let's make the horizontal version. Let's move this. Group that. Move it to the side. Bam. Should I lose the dot? Should I lose that dot? Nah, let's keep it. Okay, cool. Let's do that. I'm going to reduce the size of this just a bit. Move it down a bit more. All right, eyeballing it. You've got to eyeball things sometimes. Okay, here we are. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. All right, so we've got that, and of course we've got the icon right here. Woo! Okay, let's group all of these, all of these, all of this. I haven't even done color yet. Oh my gosh! All right, so we've got an icon, we've got a horizontal version, and we've got a vertical version of this logo. Now I'm gonna change this to like a dark gray, like that. Cool. Now let's think about colors. So we've got nature, space, habitat, harmony. So we've got blue, green. You know what? I'm gonna make it like thinking like a darkish bluish green, like that maybe. I wanted to fill. Now I ain't gonna lie, picking colors takes much longer. But let's see. So we have that, and then we're gonna make a really dark green here, but increase the hue right here. So maybe, just maybe, field and form architects. I think a nice brown could go with it. The opposite, would the opposite be a brown? Plus 180. No, go away. I don't like purple. I think a nice kind of brown could actually go really well with this, I think, but I'm not sure. I am not sure. Ooh, okay, I quite like that color. So if this could be a bit more green, like that, that could work quite well. So let's take that and then change it to that. Ooh, I got 15 minutes. Let's make it darker. Ooh. Ooh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Not sure. I might have to keep it like a dark gray. Ooh, field and form. I quite, you know what? That's grown on me. That's grown on me. That's grown on me. Maybe the leaves can, maybe that could be like a lighter kind of green. But it might throw off the sophistication of it. But let's see. Let's see what it looks like if I did that. No, now it just looks like a plant-based company. I don't want to do that. Cool. So we're gonna keep the colors like that. I want it to stay sophisticated, so I don't really want to add too many colors. Maybe the colors are a bit dull. I ain't gonna lie, but we'll see. I do like that kind of brown thing. So here we are. We have the colors there. So let's see if I can make a quick opposite version. So let's take this and then this. Woo. And then this, and then just centralize them, and then let's see what it'll look like when it's like a dark version of it. So let's take all this, boom. Ooh, I don't hate that. I really don't hate that. Even the brown, like on the green, isn't too bad. A bit hard to read though, so what I might do is try and make it like a lighter brown. So if I now said, okay, let's take this, make it a little bit of a yellow, and then increase it like that. Boom. Even more actually. Make it a bit brighter. It's kind of like a gold, isn't it? Take it down just a notch so it doesn't look like puke. Okay, there we go. Wow, here we are. Ha! Yes, 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 yes. I like this. And with 10 minutes to spare. 10 minutes to spare. I created a logo, created colors. Yeah. So here's a surprise. Actually. I actually asked ChatGPT to come up with a logo for this. And so let's compare the two. So imagine this is a company that needed to rebrand itself. Let us compare the two. So I'm just actually going to grab the original. This was the original logo. Like, I hadn't actually looked at this. But it's interesting that I chose a similar font because of the sophistication. But then we have this. Let's see if I can put it side by side. So field and form 1, field and form 2. I feel like I took it to the next level. You know, like you can make a logo with like AI and it'll be like, oh, okay, kind of passes, but there's little things with the thought process that it misses, such as, you know, turning the two F's side by side in order to make a tree. Like, it's not really going to make a tree. It's just gone for like an architecture shape. And the thing about AI is that it's always going to choose like the surface level stuff for the most part, but you need a human to dig deeper and create a deeper meaning. And I did that in an hour, by the way. If I had like a month to do this thing, like, it will probably look entirely different. But here we are. So I'm just going to go back to this page and let's do a presentation mode right here. So what do you guys think? I haven't done any mock-ups. I haven't done anything like that. I just wanted to throw that in. You know what? I'm going to pause the video right here and then I'm going to create some mock-ups. I'm going to throw them in there and then just for fun. I've finished the task though. So yeah. So yeah, I'm going to fast forward, get some mock-ups, throw it in, and then we can see how it looks like as a full brand. So this is the final version of the design, from scratch, designed in under an hour based on a random brief generated by ChatGPT. I wish I had much longer. I wish this was actually a real client, because that would be really awesome to work with. So if you're interested in working with me, my details are below. Just get in touch with me. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next video in a bit.